girl, yeah. To be with you alone, girl, yeah, yeah. Move your back against the wall, girl. Don't be afraid, won't let you fall, girl, no, no, no. You don't have to feel no pressure. We got all the night, no stress, girl. Go ahead and get undressed, girl. We can do it overnight, and I promise you I will make you scream my name. I know you make me do the same, girl. I will make you scream.
What's going on, y'all? I am back with another video. Finally. It's been what, like 2 months since I've hit y'all with a video, but today I'm actually very excited about this video. As you may know, if you follow me or if you follow the channel or whatever, you will know that I am a huge proponent of the 3.5mm headphone jack. I hate the fact that pretty much every single company is getting rid of the headphone jack. Thank you, Apple. But I always hang on to my LG G8, mostly because of the headphone jack and the fact that it has a nice DAC, you know, to make my music sound good. So even with us, well, I guess even especially with LG, or the news of LG possibly leaving the smartphone market, which I hope they don't, but that news is out there that they are at least thinking about either selling or just getting out completely. So considering that, I think I have actually found probably the best solution that is available or will be available. So if you haven't watched it before, I have done a video on the FIO BTR 1K, I think it is. Whatever it is, I'll leave the link up that area where those links go. Anyways, I'll put that up there so that you guys can check out the video if you haven't seen it yet. But basically what that is a Bluetooth dongle. You plug your headphones in, you Bluetooth into whatever it is that you want to Bluetooth into, and you can use your wired headphones wirelessly. So this is not a Bluetooth dongle, but it is an actual USB-C dongle. And this one happens to be from, oh man, there it is. This one happens to be from one of my favorite brands, audio brands out there, Periodic Audio. They make probably what is gonna be, or what is my favorite in-ear monitor ever, the Carbon. I absolutely love that thing. And I have been lucky enough to be testing this guy out for the last couple weeks. I don't have the packaging, but it was very simple. I'll actually throw a picture up, boom, right there, just so you guys can see the packaging. Looks real simple. It honestly looks like packaging you would get with the little spray, you know, like the little Banaka breast spray. I don't even know if they sell that anymore, do they? I don't know. Anyways, it's very simple. It is a USB-C dongle. Such a weird word. But this plugs in USB-C, and then on the other end you have a 3.5mm jack, and then inside the rest of this is audio sorcery at its finest. And then just in case whatever it is that you want to plug into does not have a USB-C port, they actually are kind enough to give you a USB-A to USB-C adapter. So then you can plug this bad boy in here, and then you can pretty much plug into anything that you got. I like this thing not only because it's portable, and I do not like carrying these type of things. I don't like carrying them, and it's really only because it's just one more thing for me to carry when I want to listen to some decent music with some decent headphones. But I also realize that if I want to use my wired headphones, chances are, mobile anyways, chances are this is gonna be, or one of these at least, is gonna be my best bet. I've been listening to this with just about every wired headset I own. I've obviously listened to it with the Periodic Audio Carbons. I've listened to it with about 5 or 6 or 7 different in-ear monitors. Some insanely cheap, some that were, you know, 17, 18 bucks. Some of them were over $100. One of them was my previous favorite earbud, in-ear monitor, whatever you want to call it, the One More triple driver. Absolutely love those things. Those were actually my go-to for a very long time. At the time that I bought them, they were $100. Now you can find them pretty easily for $50 or so, even less. If I find a link, I'll throw that in the description too. Those are fantastic in-ear monitors, especially for the price. I will also link the Periodic Audio Carbons down in the video description, along with probably their entire line, because I mean the Carbons are $400 and their entry level is $100, and either way you're not going to go wrong with whatever you decide to spend your money on. Anyways, I'm rambling. Back to this. So this, I have a couple others, and actually I probably have one right here in my little bag of tricks, and I do. See, I have this guy. Maybe I'll do a video on that one day, but I got that guy, and that carries all the shit that I use or will use on a semi-daily basis. Memory cards, these things. But I have this. This is actually from, I want to say, the Pixel 3. This is the one that came in the Pixel 3. This one was in here previous to this. This guy is going to take this guy's place. But for the most part, when you use one of these dongles, they merely sound okay. They're good enough to get you by when you want to listen to something and all you got is wired headphones. But they're not quite good enough to be like, oh my God, this is what my headphones are supposed to sound like. I can, and obviously my opinion, this channel, if you've watched it before, I'm not very scientific. I don't get into specs too much because I don't really care about specs. What I really care about is how it actually works for me when I actually use it. Specs, they don't matter to me. They really don't. If it works the way I want it to work, then perfect. That's what I want, right? That's what we all want. So this is, it rivals, if not beats, as far as sound quality, in my opinion, the DAC on my LG G8. And I absolutely love that DAC. It is fantastic. It's crazy to think that we can actually get decent audio out of these now after however many years that the headphone jack has kind of died off. I can't believe that we can actually get insanely good audio out of dongles now, going through USB-C. As much as I do not want LG to leave the game, I want them to continue doing what they're doing. I gotta say that if my next phone does not have one of these fancy ass LG DACs in it, 3.5 millimeter, and just the awesomeness that I have come to love LG for, if it does not have that, I am actually comfortable with it. Finally. It's such a weird thing to say, just because I hate the fact that there's not 3.5 millimeter jacks on phones anymore. But if I can have this, then I can let it go. It sucks that I have to carry something like this, but if I'm gonna have to carry something like this, it's gonna be this one. It is gonna be the Periodic Audio Rhodium, because it's clean. And if you know audio, if you're a fan of audio, I don't think I'm an audiophile, but if you are, you know what I mean when I say clean. It doesn't add anything to your headphones, it doesn't subtract anything to your headphones, but it does make them as clean as they possibly can be, and it's phenomenal. I cannot believe that I can actually get better audio out of this than I was able to get out of my Samsung Galaxy S8 with the headphone jack. And granted, I know that's an old phone, I get it, but I hated that phone mostly because the headphone jack was trash. This little guy right here, is actually better. Honestly, this thing is probably better than the headphone jack on pretty much any of your devices, especially if you're not an audiophile. This is probably better than the built-in headphone 3.5 millimeter on your PC, on your Mac, on your tablet, on anything that you got probably. This, I would almost guarantee, that is going to provide a cleaner audio signal to whatever it is that you're listening to your music on. So I would 100% tell you that if you want to listen to your wired headphones again, but you have shoved them in a drawer very, very unhappily because you have kind of been forced to move into, Bluetooth headphones, which they have gotten a lot better, don't get me wrong, they're not as bad as they used to be, but if you still want to use your wired headphones with something that does not have a headphone jack, or does, and the headphone jack just isn't the greatest, but it does have a USB-C jack, pick one of these up. I guarantee you, and they're only $50, so they're not ungodly expensive. That's what the BTR1K was. It was $50. So it's not insanely expensive. No, it's not going to make your headphones wireless, but it is going to make them sound absolutely phenomenal as the reason why you bought them. You know what I mean? Like, the reason why you bought those headphones was because you knew they sounded phenomenal. This is going to help you get there again. So I 100% recommend picking one of these up when they are available. Link will be in the description, but run, don't walk. Pick this up, spend the $50. That is it for today. I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.